Alright guys, welcome. I'm making the test today between these coolers, and before I show you the inside, let me show you how these coolers did within days of use with direct sunlight like right now. Alright, today I got this new cooler from Jetty. This is the cooler that I always use, and it's been working but not great performance. The ice doesn't last too long. This one is a little deeper, so it has a little bit more capacity. So I wanted to get something a little bit bigger and better performance. This Jetty is supposed to have better insulation on the lid and also on the walls, and we're going to put it to the test today. I'm going to go get some ice real quick now. Alright, I'm gonna throw some drinks in here. Alright, this is done. And also I'm gonna throw some drinks in here. Alright, so I came back after 3 hours of me putting the ice in the cooler, and let's see what the temperature with direct sunlight. Alright, that's 165. And look at the temperature on the other one. 106. 106. 165. Man, that is a huge difference. That is 60 degrees different. This one you can touch it, and this one you will get burned. If you leave your hand on the cooler, you're gonna get some type of degree burn there on that cooler. And we're gonna check the sidewall of this one. The sidewall says 102. Now coming to this one, 142. Huge difference. I want to see what's the difference inside the lid when you open it up on each, to see what's the temperature difference. It's very important because that will be how much the heat is transferring to the lid. It says 106. We're going to open the lid and we're going to test the inside. 56 degrees. Okay, so we got 56 degrees on the lid inside. Now this one is 160. We're gonna try the inside of the lid. Inside of the lid is 62 degrees. Alright, so the interior of the lid of the Jetty was 56 degrees, and the interior of the Ozark trail was 61. That is a 5 degrees difference between each other on the interior lid. That is a huge difference when it comes to conserving your ice inside. And I believe this is the best test because direct sunlight is what you're going to be using these coolers on. A lot of people put it inside the garage, but that is not an accurate test. These coolers will be at the beach, at the back of a boat, a pickup truck, getting direct sunlight. So that's what we want. All right, it's been already 2 days. Let's check out how the ice is. Okay, still got some ice in here. Most of the ice is not melted at all. Look at that. Awesome. Alright. Alright, so this ice here is melted. It's been sitting already outside for 2 days with full sunlight. Right now the sun went away a little bit, but it's been sunny all day. It hasn't rained. And you can see a lot more of that melted ice on this cooler, on the Ozark. And the Jetty's ice looks really good. So we're gonna give it another day to make it 3 days. See how it looks in 3 days. Alright, this is the 3rd day and it's been sitting in the sun all this time. Let's check out how the Ozark cooler is. It just has a couple of ice, very small. And look at the ice. It has a lot of ice. A lot of ice. So it looks like the Jetty is holding up pretty good on the 3rd day. Alright, so this is a huge difference just by having just a couple of pieces of ice left. And this one, you can tell that it has about over 50% of the ice is there. And one thing here that I see is this plug right here sweating. You see how much it's sweating? And the Jetty cooler, barely any little sweat. We're going to test the temperature here. Okay, I got 75 degrees on the plug. And this one, 68 degrees on the plug. That means there's a lot of loss of energy here because this is really big from the inside. It's about almost 2.5 to 3 inches big. A lot of the efficiency of the cooler dissipates from here. And the Jetty has a very small and insulated area here. So this is a better method of a plug than this one right here for being so big. You lose a lot of energy there. So the reason I wanted to do this test on the direct sunlight is because a lot of tests that people have done is been inside garages on the shade or under a tree, under anything, right? So the sun doesn't hit it. But 80% of the people using these coolers is going to be on a boat, a pickup truck, at the beach, at the park, and most of the places don't have shade. So this is one of the best way to test the cooler on the direct sunlight. So that way you know how much insulation it has. Not inside of a garage or inside a house. That's not how you test it. About 2 inches on the wall. Same thing as the Jetty. Jetty has about 2 inches on the wall and about 2 inches on the top. Very similar to the Jetty. And the foam is pretty good. And if you look here, the seal is not sitting 100% on this side. Look where it's sitting at. It's sitting and it's not touching 100% on the lid right here. It's not getting a complete seal right there. On this side it does, because this is the front of the cooler, but back here is not getting a complete seal. Same thing goes from this side here. And the seal of this cooler, you can see that 30 to 40% of the seal is not touching of the cooler here. So this is barely touching here. In the front it has a good contact, but not in the back. Well, I decided not to cut the Jetty because the Jetty is a very expensive cooler. It's about $500. This one is more like a $100 cooler. But yeah, I'm not gonna cut this one. I'm gonna show you now some pictures of what the Jetty looks inside. And if you see the old cooler, it has a measuring device here to measure my fish. One thing I don't like about the Jetty, it doesn't have it. But I found a solution. I got this little measuring tape that it is waterproof, and I'm going to place it right here, right where the Jetty logo goes. Okay, I'm gonna rub a little bit of alcohol right here where the tape is gonna go. Very small, very discreet, but I'll be able to measure my fish. Okay, we're gonna see where it's gonna land first. Perfect, right there. Okay, now we're going to position the tape exactly where we want it. Alright, so now I have my measuring tape right here. And it's out of the way. I can measure my fish. The reason I didn't put it on top because the adhesive is not going to get a good grip on this non-slick material here. Definitely the Jetty has a better quality than the Ozark cooler, which the price is a huge difference between $100 to $500 for the Jetty. And I'll place the link in the description below of both of these coolers so you can compare them yourself. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and always navigate safe.